designed to be evocative of what is regarded as swirl the dirt around and prevented them the slovenly way we live and in which we pollute our enthusiasm in the spirit that's perhaps a couple of dozen at the very, very most who could not be classified as youth. This is a young people.
A planetary time bomb is ticking away.
Far from indicating that our efforts have so far been enough, we need to speed up action and set ourselves higher targets and shorter deadlines for reducing and eventually eliminating CFCs and halons.
The Framework Convention should contain a clear commitment by the industrialized countries to stabilize and reduce their emissions of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases, because these countries historically have been the main polluters of the atmosphere.
The text of the convention is especially weak as regards specific commitments on the part of the developed countries. The text also does not fully take into account the vital developmental interests and concerns of the developing countries.
The world is our garden, and together we must cultivate it. This week at Rio, we have made a start. Beyond Rio, we must continue to carry it through. Mr. Chairman, for our generation and for future generations, there can be no other way.
Señor Secretario General de Naciones Unidas, Boutros Ghali, Excelencia, una importante especie biológica está en riesgo de desaparecer por la rápida y progresiva liquidación de sus condiciones naturales de vida, el hombre.
And now for a simple truth. America's record on environmental protection is second to none. So I did not come here to apologize.
I declare open the first session of the Conference of the Parties. Distinguished delegates, this is a moment of transition. The convention is
will recommend the adoption of this protocol to the conference by unanimity.
There are still hard challenges ahead, especially in the area of involvement by the developing nations. It's essential that they participate in a meaningful way if we are to truly tackle this problem.
We're now in an energy crisis, and that's why I decided to not have mandatory caps on CO2. We'll be working with our allies to reduce greenhouse gases, but I will not accept a plan that'll harm our economy and hurt American workers.
If the world were to go past the point of an increase above pre-industrial temperatures greater than 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius, we would be in a regime where the danger of intolerable and unmanageable impacts on human well-being would rise very rapidly.
Document, je regarde la salle, je vois que la réaction est positive, je n'entends pas d'objection. L'accord de Paris pour le climat est accepté.
That we needed a strong global agreement to accomplish this goal. An enduring agreement that reduces global carbon pollution and sets the world on a course to a low-carbon future.
But begin negotiations to re-enter either the Paris Accord or in really entirely new transactions on terms that are fair to the United States, its businesses, its workers, its people, its taxpayers. So we're getting out.
Je respecte cette décision souveraine, mais je la regrette. Et je considère qu'il commet là une erreur pour les intérêts de son pays et de son peuple, et une faute pour l'avenir de notre planète.
Nature is angry, and we fool ourselves if we think we can fool nature, because nature always strikes back, and around the world, nature is striking back with fury.
Evidentemente, es triste no haber podido llegar al acuerdo final, estuvimos tan cerca, pero agradezco todos los esfuerzos y las largas horas por tratar de alcanzarlo.
Last year we estimated that there was 5.6% drop in emissions. And since the lifetime of carbon dioxide is so long, this 1 year's anomaly in emissions doesn't change the big picture.